What is going on, guys? Jake from Citizen JV, and today we're going to be watching the three-part series of this Vidoc miniseries of Assassin's Creed Mirage. I am super excited for this game. I'm hoping that things are going to be very, very well for this game at its full potential of launch on October 5th of 2023. So here we go, guys. Alright. I'm loving the way how this game is looking. I love the way how this game is going to implement a lot of different types of old school mechanics when it comes to its social stealth, some of its parkour systems. But overall, I think that this game is going to be utterly fantastic, and like I said, I am super excited. I'm liking Basim. I really liked him in Valhalla. I thought he had really good character progression. I'm very interested in what his character is like, or this person as he is. But I think 9th century Baghdad is a very interesting era that we are going to be in with Mirage, and I think it's going to be very interesting of how far this game is going to go. But overall, I really think the pleasing aesthetic of this game is it's everything. You know, maybe some of its combat, of course, but it's more on the lines of its parkour systems and its stealth systems, but I really think that all of the above for this game is going to be fascinating. I can't wait to delve deep into this game.
For parkour, we look to our previous games for inspiration, and just to put the emphasis.
And the people at Ubisoft Bordeaux, they are so passionate about what they're doing with this title, and it greatly shows and it greatly tells, because, you know, they know what they're doing. I do believe that they have done some unique things with Mirage of how it's going to have a really good implementation of everything. You know, with the codex, and, you know, with the knowledge and the information that you can be able to scour in the world of 9th century Baghdad. And it's going to be really cool of what this game's going to do. So, I can't, like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see. But I think this game is going to be utterly fantastic, in my personal opinion.
Streets are narrower, denser, and packed with obstacles to navigate.
I really do like the way how the parkour system looks, though. It looks very fluid. And so, one thing I did notice when I watched this year's Ubisoft Forward, when they did that gameplay demo reveal, is that I did notice that Basim is quite faster than from what Eivor was, whether if you played as female Eivor or male Eivor in Valhalla. And so what I will say is that, do I care what other people think about that? Not really. It's just that I just thoroughly think that it all has to do with what I personally think, or what I'm going to think when this game initially releases. And it's almost really right around the corner. So, like I said, you know, I really want to, but I do believe that this game is going to have a really good high potential of being amazing. But, like I said, it all has to do with how well the launch is going to be. But I think, like I said, it's going to be a great launch for this game.
And readable. New enemy archetypes will also increase the stakes. The marksman can shoot your eagle and prevent you from using it.
I love the world. I think the world looks robust. It looks crisp in a way. It's beautiful, you know. And so I really like the fact that what Mirage is going to be like in terms of its different types of districts, you know, like Koch or what other districts there are. I really can't remember. But however, I do like the way how Alamut looks, where the Brotherhood takes place in the game. So that's going to be kind of cool. I would love to know what that whole entire world of this game is going to be like when this game comes. It's going to be awesome. My personal opinion.
In order to control AI groups and make your way through guarded areas.
And I love the fact that they're bringing back, you know, like the ledge assassinations, the high assassinations, you know, like ledge assassinations as well. Air assassinations, there we go. And so it's like, I'm really glad that they are able to bring back some of those old school stealth mechanics. I think it looks really dope, guys. I'm really excited for what they're going to be doing with this. So,
immersed in the life of a hidden one. Investigating your target
but like I said, I'm liking how this world of this game looks so far. I really think that to me personally, comparing it to Origins, it's pretty high up there with its colorful robustness and the intricacies of its vibrant, lush certain types of settings in the game as well, and that's where Origins really did a really good job on that too, and it kind of shows in a way. I love that.
For those who wish to explore the game with a
Nice.
desaturated blue
And they did bring back a certain
from the
type of
very
filter
first
that
season.
was in Assassin's Creed 2007
This is a
to
project
where
led
you
by
could
a
put
team
that in
passionate
Mirage as well and
people
play it
who
in
have
that
a
type of
very vision of the assassin experience
in that type
mind.
of
There is
different
much
type
to
of
come,
filter,
and we can't wait
gray
to
and blue
unveil
filter
more
as it
about
were.
Basil's
So that's kind of
journey.
cool. I like that. Sorry about that. Oh man, look at that, dude! It looks so good. All right, on to number 2. Let's go. I don't know what that was. I'm kind of curious how the Order of the Ancients is going to be like in this game. You know, I think it's going to be, from what I understand, it's going to be very, very similar to that of Odyssey's or
Basim is our main
Valhalla's.
protagonist in Assassin's Creed Mirage. He's a fascinating character, one that
It was
fits the
somewhat
mold of
different
classic
in
assassin,
Origins,
deadly
but
and
I kind of
resourceful
like the
with a
way how
complex
Origins had that
personality.
type
For
of
that reason,
progression
we felt
system
that
with that.
Mirage needed to be a
Order of
strong
the Ancients
narrative-driven
thing, I felt like it
experience,
was a little bit
one
better.
that would honor Basim
But
as
it
a
was
character,
quite interesting in
surprise the players,
Valhalla
and take them
and
on a
Odyssey
memorable
because you were
adventure.
able to find certain types of clues to find those Order of the Ancients a little bit better
First
within
met
those
Basim
clues.
during the
That was
events
kind
of
of a
Ace
cool
Valhalla.
element or
Having traveled from the Middle
implementation.
East to England, he acted
So
as
that
a
was
mentor
cool. I
figure
really
for
liked that,
Ivor.
how that
Basim
worked
had
out.
motives of his own, and his past was shrouded in mystery.
We knew early on that we wanted to explore a setting that was reminiscent
And to be
of
fairly
the
honest, I actually
Assassin's
enjoyed the very
Creed.
first
Naturally,
Assassin's
we made
Creed back in
connections
2007,
between
even though that it
Baghdad
was
and
somewhat
It was a great
repetitive,
opportunity
like a
to
lot of
show
people
some of the
are
events that came
knowing to
define
say.
him as a person.
But however, I still think it was just a great game. You know, I love all the settings
Mirage is a
within the
completely fresh
world
story.
of
You
these
can
Assassin's
start the
Creed
game
games,
without any
and
fake Valhalla
it's
or playing
fascinating.
the other titles.
I think it's
But of course,
awesome.
for our most dedicated
So,
fans, there will be
that's
a lot of
that's all I have to say about
Easter
that.
eggs and connections with past games and the overall lore of the series.
And for those of you who do not know, so when you when you assassinate certain types of targets in Mirage, obviously you've done that in the past series as well. And so, you know, with the feather thing, that was actually in Origins as well. They implemented of that Origins type of feel to it, to where you had the feather after you assassinate someone. So I like that. I like that Origins reference. I think that's really cool. So
Basim ends up
it's
at
interesting
Valhalla,
how that's
a
going to
renowned
be.
assassin home base
It's
that at
it's
that
really
time
interesting
is
how
still
that's
under
going to be
construction.
told in
It's here
Mirage,
that
but
he learns the way
overall,
of the
I still think
assassins
it's going to be
and becomes one
sweet.
of the hidden ones. Soon, he's tasked with tracking down the order in Baghdad, kickstarting his life-changing
Yeah, the
journey.
game looks beautiful,
Creating
guys.
the
It
character
looks so
of
much.
Basim
It
in
looks so
Mirage
beautiful.
was an interesting challenge. Having met him as an older
And
man
here's
in
the thing.
Valhalla, we had to imagine
Jean-Luc
what he
Salah,
would
I think
be
that's
like
what his
in
name
his
was.
younger
I'm
years.
sorry if I
Everybody
chastise
in
that
the team
name.
is a long-time DC fan.
But
That's why it was
I can
so
tell how
important for us
passionate
to
he is
bring
when it
back
comes to
the
certain types of
Valentine
things within the
assassin
world of
look to
Mirage.
Basim's
You know, like
costumes.
with the assassin's robes, or how they're gonna look between from initiate to from apprentice to master. And that's one thing I was gonna mention though too, is that as you see here, you have the different types of robes, but they're gonna have their own type of robust and intricacies of how the color is gonna come out from those robes, from the assassin's robes. And it's like this one right here though too. You can see how the blue just really comes out on the white, from the scarf, or like from the or on your bracers or something like that. It's so cool. And this is another thing that I love about this though too. It shows you the different types of color elements or specifics on those each of those robes. I love that visual art style. It's so cool.
Between his roots and his destiny, between his old friends like Nehal.
I'm really interested of what the story's going to be like in this game, but from what I understand, I think, or in my personal opinion, I think it's going to be
his
dope.
past and the meaning of freedom.
And another thing, what I do
story of
want to
Mirage
know,
follows Basim's
or
evolution
or
from
maybe
apprentice
possibly
to
for
monk.
what I could possibly
The
understand
journey
as well, is that
that
Basim
projected
is
in the
indeed a very
There is no
resourceful
history-based progression
assassin.
in Mirage.
I
It's
actually
progression in
thoroughly
area and story,
remembered that
as he
in
follows the
Valhalla
story
when he
of
was in
evolution,
Valhalla as
the
well.
rank increases
And so I
within the
really
world,
think that
giving you
I
new
think he's going to be a very
opportunities
interesting
for
protagonist. I
outfits
really
and
do.
tools.
But like I said, I'm really liking the way how things are going with this game. It looks awesome. And so another thing though too, what I really love about the gameplay reveal this year at Ubisoft's Forward is that you are able to implement certain types of tools. You know, like you have the blow dart that comes back, much like what you were able to use in, I believe it was Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag. And so I love that. That's really cool.
Combat has been revamped as well.
Another thing, as they just recently showed, is that you are able to also implement certain types of dyes to your assassin's robes. I mean, you can like do a lot of different type of color coordination. I love that. I loved it in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and Revelations. That was dope. I really like that. Now, one thing in particular I would really like to put in here too is the fact that, you know, a lot of people are really complaining or somewhat disappointed that they put in a thing called the teleportation thing. But here's the thing, me personally, I don't mind it. It's just like, you know, it might be similar to that of Splinter Cell Convictions and Blacklist Market Execute system, but so what? It's a video game, right? But either or, it's like if you guys don't like that, then just don't get the game. It's that simple, in my personal opinion, but I'm not telling you what to do.
We hope
I'm
you
just
are
saying.
as excited as we are to take the first steps on Basim's journey.
There is one thing I do actually want to put in here too, is in fact that, you know, since Gamescom 2023 is actually starting next week on Wednesday. And to my understanding is that they are actually going to show another demo. And I'm hoping that they actually will include some combat mechanics in that as well. Because even though that we have seen some combat mechanics in some of the demo gameplay from Ubisoft's Forward of this year in June, this past June, but I really want to see what the combat's like. I mean, even though it might look maybe a little simplistic, but I still want to see more of that in action because I'm kind of curious of what, like I said, I want to know what it look. I just want to know what it's gonna look like because I want to know how efficient. I want to know how efficient it is going to be, but we'll know. But like we don't know that until we finally see it. So that'll be interesting.
The clearer it became that this city was a perfect setting for a game.
And I love the world in this game. I like the way how they're showing it off the map. That's so cool. And, you know, oh my god, it's so good. You know, that's another thing though too. It's like, other than me being very visual, I am very, I wouldn't say artistic eye, really, per se, but I'm very visually artistic in a way to where I love to see how things that look so beautiful and breathtaking and captivating, and how it really means to show what a game can actually do in terms of its environments per se. So that's really cool too as well.
But also description by medieval travelers.
But like I said, I love the passion that these guys are having. It's fantastic.
From the time that are still standing.
But we weren't
Another thing I would actually like to put in is that, you know, okay, so let me put this in a matter perspective here. I was super excited when Assassin's Creed Origins got announced many years ago in 2017. And so what I'm saying is that ever since they announced Assassin's Creed Mirage, I had deja vu all over again with the excitement that I had for Origins, and it basically actually projected on to Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I love that. I love the fact that I had that deja vu again, because even though that, you know, this does, even though that there are some gameplay similar mechanics from that of Valhalla, but I really think that Mirage is going to do something so much better with its parkour systems and mechanics. And within maybe some of the, you know, maybe less combat, of course, but I want to see more of the combat, like I said. But overall, I still think that Mirage is going to be, it's going to be, I believe it's just going to be a much better game from Valhalla. I mean, even though I did like Valhalla better than Odyssey, but even still, Valhalla was still like, it was okay, but you know, it's just, it's one of those things. It's weird that way.
Seeing the city come together from its first white blocks to the final assets was an unforgettable experience. I remember having chills the day
Look
we
at
had
that,
the
man.
lightning. Seeing the
Oof.
sky,
So
dust
beautiful.
in
I
the
like the way how
atmosphere,
the
sun and
the
shadow.
colors are
From
differentiated
dusk to dawn,
between
we put a
from
great care into
evening,
making each hour
during
of the
midday,
day feel
and
distinct
in
so
the
we could
morning.
really immerse
It's
players in the
awesome.
world. And if you pay attention, you can even hear the adhan, the Muslim call to prayer as you approach a mosque.
We're not just exploring a new setting in the Assassin's Creed universe.
And
We're
the fact
also
that
going
you
to
are
give
able
players
and
the
you are
chance
able
meet some of the
to
key
like
figures in Baghdad at the
find
time.
certain important
Authenticity and
NPCs in the
accuracy are
game
always
in
important to
Mirage,
players whenever we
and
deal with real-life historical characters.
it's gonna have a really
And it's no
interesting
different in
history.
Mirage.
But
We have the
here's the
Diamond
thing.
South,
I think that's
chasing
here's
inventors of
one
the
thing I
era
do know
who
about
made
the Assassin's
massive
Creed
contributions
games that
to
we've
the
had
science
in
of
the past
mechanics.
few years,
Of
many
course,
years.
in Mirage, they'll be
Is
using
that,
what
you know,
knowledge to
all the
use
games
to
that we've
help us
had,
amend
you
the
know, they
hidden
have
ones.
all different
When
types of
most
unique
players
settings,
think of
and
Baghdad, they
that's what
imagine
makes
the
these
dusty,
games so
ruined
good
landscape
in a
from
matter
movies
of
and
retrospect
first-person
and
shooters.
perspective.
But we felt
Is
it was
that
important to
it's
show
the fact
the
that
different
of
side
how
to the city.
far Ubisoft
Once
has come
celebrated
by
its
making
proud
these games
cultural
very
heritage.
somewhat
The
historical,
tales of Baghdad are
somewhat
short,
historical
narrative
accuracy.
side quests,
But even
touching
though
on key
we don't
cultural
know if
subjects
there were
from the
assassins
time period,
in these
like
times, we
astronomy,
don't know that for
old
sure.
literature. We
But
also
what I'm
created
saying is
the
that
history of Baghdad
I just think that this is
Designed as a
fascinating that we are
throwback to the
getting
original
a
codex
new
from the
era
first Assassin's
every
Creed
single
games.
time when we get a new
Players will have
Assassin's
a
Creed
chance
game.
to explore
And like I
the
said,
game
it's
world,
fascinating,
learn
it's
more
captivating,
about the
it's
people,
interesting,
landmarks,
and
events
it's just
essential to
it's
Baghdad's
like it's
history.
je ne
It
sais
felt
quoi
important
all
to
the
share
time.
the historical
I felt
knowledge
like that in
went into the
Origins.
making
I
of the
felt
game,
like that in with
and to
Mirage as
accompany the
well,
player
from what
in
I've
their
been seeing so
discovery of the
far
city.
and following
We
this
crafted
game
the content
ever since it
with
got
story
announced.
and local
But like I
experts
said, I
to
really
help
want to
tackle
know what
some
this game
common
is going to be all
cliches
about when this
about the
game comes
region
out.
and its
So
culture.
I'm super
We're
excited for that,
recreating the bustling,
and I'm hoping to
urban
see
feel of
what
the
this game
original
will
games.
eventually achieve
We have larger crowds
when
in
this game
Mirage,
comes out,
more
and
opportunities to blend in
story
at
what the
street
story's going to
level,
be like.
especially in dense
But I'm
areas
very
like
interested
markets.
of what
With
the
Baghdad being home to multiple
missions are going to be
religions
like
and
as well.
cultures,
And I
we'll
do
see
know that they are going to
diversity
be
in
coming out with
poses,
black box
languages,
missions
and
from similar to
iconography.
that of Assassin's Creed Unity and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Well, I
Baghdad is
believe
not
it was the
only
Siege
location you'll
of
be able to
Paris
explore in the
DLC.
game. We have a
This
great
sounds about right.
diversity of
So,
biomes around the city,
we'll see.
each with their own unique
But
flavor.
overall, all I can
Of
say is
course, we
this:
have the
I'm
online
super
of the
excited for this
assassins
game,
set at the bottom
and
of the
so
fortress
all I
of
can
Redwood.
say is that
The
I'm
unique
really
location in
greatly
our world,
appreciated
online
for
with
all the
that
followers
place
that I've
for
been
players
getting on
to
my
discover.
channel. It's
When we
been an
first announced the
honor.
game,
It's been a
we had so
privilege,
many
and I'm
enthusiastic
hoping to
reactions
make
from
more
players
future
all around the
content as much as I am
particularly
making
players
one
from the
now.
Arabic world.
So if
And
you
with
have
Arabic
any
Arabic,
types of questions or comments,
made us
please put them
especially
in the
proud.
comment
We
section
can't wait for you to
below.
explore the
I'll be more than happy
beautiful
to reply
world we
back
have
if and whenever
recreated
possible.
when you join Basim on his
And you guys have a
upcoming
good rest of your
adventure.
weekend. So, but like I said, I am looking forward to making more Assassin's Creed Mirage content in the not too distant future when this game initially releases on October 5th, 2023, guys. Put it in your calendar. Peace.